a Monday night sale, which is kind of late, but it's better than not having one at all, especially as much as we have to do and sell this week and show. So we got 8 crates of vintage, 4 crates of new vinyl, a crate of putbacks, and I could dig up more if we need it, but I don't think we're going to need it since it's already 9 o'clock. So when you're on and watching, say hi. Welcome. Everybody, I just got notifications, so everybody else probably just did too. Let me go ahead and get this shared. Let's see who's the first comment at 9 o'clock. This is kind of strange, you know. Let's see here. Let me turn this way. James Dawson, the first comment. All right, James. And then Tommy, then Alex, then Brian Gilpin. Let me get this tagged everywhere. YouTube working fine. Got any Beastie Boys? The only Beastie Boys album I have in stock is License to Ill and Check Your Head. And those are new pressings. I don't have any OGs. OGs are instant. An OG Beastie Boys is something we call an instant seller, meaning poof, they're gone. But we try to keep their big albums in stock, and we have a couple. Let's see. Let me post this in the comments. All right. Where else do I need? I need to post this in the feed. There's our YouTube feed. And let me get it shared in the group. Serious Instrumental. Craig posted the track list for, what is that, Eye in the Sky? Any old punk or new wave. We got some coming up here, actually. What am I trying to do? I need to share this in the group now, this live feed. All right. All right, so ready to invest this paycheck. That's a good way to look at it. Vicki Allison, Jeff McIntosh, Craig, Daniel, Grant. Craig says, my mistake. Let me get this shared in the group. Community, whole lot of records. All right, I'm not going to post it on our YouTube or on our, what's it called, Instagram story. All right, so Josh has actually been here with me, but we've been purging orders. As y'all know, if you get an invoice or probably if you get somebody to respond to a message, that is probably Josh. And he does all the invoicing. And so we probably could have went live an hour and a half ago. However, we wanted to purge orders. And I hadn't done a thorough purge of orders since September 10th. It was September 10th, September 11th. And the last time I did that, this was just from like the last couple of weeks. Friday, we're going to do a thorough purge, meaning we're going to go through all of our unpaid orders and putbacks, and we've probably got thousands of dollars worth of stuff that's not paid for, possibly tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff not paid for, and we're going to work on that Friday. So in the last hour, we've got all these records right here together, just from stuff laying around up front and putbacks this past couple weeks and past months. So I have a crate of putbacks to get the show started with. So now we have Seth here. He's been coaching a basketball game. He's here to help tag. Josh is about to leave. He's been here since 10 o'clock this morning. So Josh is about to leave. It's me and Seth. Tanner is sick, and I didn't call Ed because he has to work the rest of the week anyway. Well, he has to work, yeah, pretty much the rest of the week. So let's get started. Okay, I have Pinup Girls Christmas. So this is a crate of putbacks. There's new stuff in here. There's vintage stuff in here. It's a big mixture. Pinup Girls Christmas. This was a person that we never did hear from that ordered this. Pinup Girls Christmas. That's on colored vinyl, $24.99. I have one available that I'm aware of. Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. That is new and sealed. $29.99, Bad Motorfinger, Soundgarden. I've also pulled some auctions. We've got 8 crates of vintage stuff ready. I've wheeled up on the dolly the first 4 crates. That's probably all we'll get through here. And some of these crates I've been through, and I've pulled some great vintage stuff to start auctioning. OK Computer, Radiohead, $46.99. Foo Fighters, self-titled, $28.99 for Foo Fighters, and Cinderella Live at the Key Club, and this is on red marbled vinyl. Cinderella is $29.99. Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, Those are $39.99. Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime, 2LP. Kiss Love Gun. This was a non-payment, I think. It has a very, very light spine crackle, but this is the one with the German alternate S's, and it's technically a German import. Kiss Love Gun, $44.99. Now, that's technically a 2014 remaster. Y'all probably are aware of what those are. Robert Palmer, Heavy Nova, $19.99. ZZ Top, Diguelo is $34.99. And the original AP Carter family, this was on somebody's invoice, and they said they didn't get it. It was actually only $5. It was a half-off record. If you're looking for this record, it was on the wrong person's invoice, so Carter family is just $5. The Black Keys Turn Blue is $26.99. This is an open copy, but it is near mint. $26.99 for the Black Keys. And the Black Keys El Camino, that is $34.99. The Black Keys El Camino. Seth, did you get the feed working over there? Is it on your iPad accurately? Okay. So he says it looks like it. Joseph Snow is the first purchase. And Seth, that is $5. Joseph Snow. George Delisle was second. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time. That was actually on sale. I think y'all remember I got one kind of in a collection. And then I had a couple imports. And I said I was going to do those on sale. And I think we tagged somebody the wrong one. So Iron Maiden is $39.99. That is on sale. Jeff McMaster on the Black Keys. Jeff, let me know if you want El Camino or Turn Blue. Those were putbacks. And then this was a misunderstanding on the price. The correct price is $79.99. Iron Maiden Death on the Road. This is new and sealed. $79.99. $79.99. Randy Scarborough, I've got you down for Iron Maiden. I'm assuming that's this one right here. And there's a price change on that one, Seth. Randy Scarborough, that is $39.99 to Randy. Santana Abraxas. This was that really nice UK pressing on that orange Sony label. Extremely nice. $24.99 for Santana Abraxas. And Aerosmith Permanent Vacation. I consider this a deal at $34.99. That is an OG press. Aerosmith Permanent Vacation, $34.99 on that. Humble Pie, On to a Victory. That was $19.99. And Pretty Boy Floyd, Kiss of Death on purple marbled vinyl. That is new and sealed, $33.99. Bad Brains Quickness. This was a putback from a on sale crate. That's just $19.99. Bad Brains Quickness. And The Offspring was from an on sale crate as well. The Offspring Ignition. That's also on colored vinyl. $19.99. Randy Scarborough on HP. That was Humble Pie. That's Randy Scarborough's. And Stray Cats. Stray Cats. This was a putback built for speed. I think this was from the Pennsylvania collection. It's a near mint copy. $19.99. Jason Kenton on Bad Brains. Jason, I think you were the one we originally had this tagged under. Maybe there was a miscommunication. That's $19.99. Jason Kenton. He was, yeah. Jason, I think we already had that put back under your name. Just going to make sure you want it. That's $19.99, Jason Kenton. And I had, of course, we're finally purging the last of the massive pre-order for Alice in Chains Dirts. We've gave some people some final warnings. And I think we're down to 2 more copies here. Alice in Chains Dirt, $36.99. $36.99. Asked for it, but never got it. Okay, maybe there was some kind of... You also claim this. Do you want the Offspring too? Because both of those were under your name. We thought that maybe you had put them back. So, Greg Rogers on Stray Cats. Greg Rogers gets Stray Cats. That's sticker price. So, yeah, let me know if you want that too. Sorry about that. Alice in Chains Dirt, $36.99. Jeff McMaster from earlier, he claimed Black Keys, and he said he wants El Camino. So, that's Jeff McMaster's. How much was Pretty Boy Floyd? Pretty Boy Floyd is $33.99. Kiss of Death. Heart Magazine, that is $19.99. That was a putback. And this, the sticker fell off of it. We sold it one night, and no one ever did message us and say it was missing from their invoice, so they probably don't even remember they bought it. But this is $24.99. $24.99, and that is The Who, Meaty, Beady, Big, and Bouncy, and that is a Decca pressing. Really nice copy. I think Bad Brains may have been on mine instead of Kenton. So there's a Matt Ketchrin and a Jason Kenton. And what was the other maiden? I just missed it. Bad brains, quickness. Yes, I'll take Offspring. Okay, so Jason Kenton, let's make sure we don't get those names mixed up. He says he'll take the Offspring too, and that was at $19.99 on sale price. $19.99. And the other Iron Maiden you just missed was Death on the Road, and it is $79.99, new and sealed. That is now an out-of-print record. If you're just hopping on, we're doing a crate of putbacks. This is a crate of putbacks and non-payments, really from just the last couple weeks. It was stuff that's been behind the counter, stray records, unpaids, maybe stuff we tagged with the wrong name. We sell about 2,000 records a week, and we are humans, and we are hand tagging these. So if we get 5 mistagged, we think it's a good week. We mistag maybe 5 or 10 out of 2,000. We're having a good week. So, but we do make mistakes. So make sure you let us know if you're missing something off your invoice or something's not right. We will fix it. Classic 4 Traces, $14.99. That's in shrink wrap. And the Great Ray Charles is $19.99. Ray Charles, the Great Ray Charles. Good game from your Vols. Luke, that was a crazy game in Athens. It was loudest football game I've ever been to. That's, I think, one reason we lost. We were totally confused and discombobulated. Billy Squire, Signs of Life, and Georgia's, I hate to say it, but probably the better football team. But that stadium atmosphere cost us at least a touchdown, if not more. Billy Squire, Signs of Life, and that is $19.99. As for J. Gall's free screen to be put back, got invoice, take it off if you can. Okay. I'm sure there's some things we haven't got to yet as well. We get a lot of messages on Monday and Tuesday, and it takes us all day to really get through them and then put them back, tag them, reprint invoices, etc., etc. Queensryche Digital Noise, $49.99. Limited to 2,000. That's on pink vinyl. Queensryche is $49.99. Tom Wopat. These are a couple of YouTube buyers that I think we told them, that's my fault, we told them the wrong email address to email. STP Radio, who originally bought this. I don't know if you're out there, STP Radio, but I gave you the wrong email address. And if anybody knows who that is, we just are just going to resell this because we can't message people on YouTube. You can't even like reply to them after that. So Robert Hunter, Flight of Something. This is $19.99. I think this was another YouTube person, Thomas O'Hara. Robert Hunter, Flight of the Marie Helena. That's a weird looking record. That's $19.99. Steppenwolf Gold, their greatest hits, $69.99. Steppenwolf Gold, their greatest hits. That is Analog Production, $69.99. White Zombie, Astro Creep 2000, $38.99. That's music on vinyl. Foghat Live, that's an OG, $19.99. Tonic Lemon Parade, $38.99. Tonic Lemon Parade. Joni Mitchell Blue, I'm going to show these again here in a minute in new vinyl arrivals. These are $31.99. That is the Bernie Grundman cut. That's a fairly new pressing, or it is a brand new pressing. Kiss Lick It Up is $33.99. Jim Croce Lover's Cross is $14.99. Slade, Old, New, Borrowed, and Blue. This was actually an old non-payment from a half-off bin back in October. $9.99 for Slade. Dr. Hook's Greatest Hits is $14.99. And Crocus Metal Rendezvous. Crocus was also a half-off record from back in October. $14.99. Crocus Metal Rendezvous. All right. We got pretty good for us starting at 9 o'clock, and we got 171 viewers. So I'm going to go back through this crate. This was just a bin of putbacks. I'm about to start with our new arrivals, which I'm sure most of you are waiting for. With that being said, we just got a bunch of claims. Steve Zyman wants Slade, and technically that's stickered, but we'll make sure that goes in for $9.99. Steve Botsford on Dr. Hook, and that's $14.99. The sticker's on that. Kevin Moore on Jim Croce. And Kevin, I had this actually behind the counter because I listened to it one night, and I had a couple Croce songs on here I'd never heard before. And this is a German pressing. It's pressed in West Germany. It sounds fantastic. So that sticker, and then Crocus is sold to Clay Moore, and that's also green sticker. That's on sale. All right, so one more time. This is putbacks and non-payments. How much for Death on the Road? $79.99. $79.99. Not too long ago, I had those in the bins for like $39.99, but that's what happens when things go out of print and then there's no longer any supply of them. One more time. Pinup Girls, $24.99. Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, $29.99. Radiohead, OK Computer, $46.99. Foo Fighters self-titled, $28.99. Dakota wants Kiss, Lick It Up. We'll sell that to Dakota. Speaking of something going up, if anybody got a warrant Dog Eat Dog from us, you made a great investment. We had a really low number come in. We had one number to 10, and a lot of y'all will be getting low numbers. We had like number 10, number 11, and we had a lot in the double digits. So if you ordered a warrant from us, you're probably getting somewhat of a low number. But I kept number 10, and I was going to keep it for my collection. And then I started checking prices on eBay, and I was like, heck, there's not even one on here for sale. And I put it up for auction, and I put number 10 up for auction, Music on Vinyl, Warrant Dog Eat Dog. It sold a few nights ago for $91. And, of course, the retail on them, we were selling them for $39.99. And then we're going through non-payments, and we had another one, number 106. I listed that this morning about 5 a.m. for $99.99 on eBay, and it sold about 45 minutes ago. So those things will start selling for over $100 before long. So if you got one of those, that's good. So make sure anytime you see me post music on vinyl and it's some kind of high in demand anything, especially metal that hadn't been in print ever before, you need to get in on it, even if you're remotely thinking about it. So yeah, that's before long, those will be over $150. So okay, Cinderella is $29.99. Queen's Rock is $39.99. Kiss Love Gun is $44.99. We've got another release coming in this week. Right now, the cheapest one on Discogs is $200. We'll probably have those here for Thursday night show. So be aware. We're only getting 10 of them. We do have a waiting list. I'll start letting those people know. But it's a very high in demand record that we hadn't had since February or March of this year. So the cheapest one on Discogs right now is $200. Robert Palmer is $19.99. ZZ Top Diguelo, that's an OG, $34.99. Black Keys is $26.99. Death on the Road, $79.99. Santana, UK Pressing, $24.99. Can't believe no one's bought this. An OG Permanent Vacation that's near mint, $34.99. Pretty Boy Floyd is $33.99. Kevin Moore wants the Cinderella. Sell that to Kevin Moore. 2 copies of Alice in Chains Dirt they didn't get paid for, $36.99. Heart Magazine was $19.99. And OG Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy, $24.99. Classic 4 is $14.99. And the Great Ray Charles is $19.99. Krista Moss on PV, Permanent Vacation. Sell that to Krista Moss. David Tate, you were second. Billy Squire, $19.99. The new Queen's Rock album, $49.99. That's limited to 2,000 on pink vinyl. Tom Wompat is $14.99. Robert Hunter is $19.99. Steppenwolf Gold, $69.99. All analog from Analog Productions. White Zombie, $38.99. Foghat, $19.99. Tonic, Lemon Parade, $38.99. And Joni Mitchell Blue, $31.99. Okay, I'm now going to start with a crate of, let's go ahead and do this OG crate. I told Josh, definitely need to go through this one first, and I'm going to go ahead and get some auctions rolling. And Josh says he's got more putbacks he's working on. So, yeah, we'll do that in just a second. Which Billy Squire? That was Signs of Life. And Wendy Pierce was first to Tom Wopat. Francis Drennan, you were second. Francis Drennan, you were second. Wow, that's a lot. Just go ahead and put them in a new crate. Yeah. That sold to Wendy Pierce. Okay, let's go ahead and get some auctions rolling. First is Oingo Boingo. Nothing to Fear. We've been auctioning all their stuff because it's so tough to get. This is an OG copy of Oingo Boingo, Nothing to Fear, and this is a $45 start. Oingo Boingo, Nothing to Fear. They reissued that not too long ago, but they only pressed like 250 of them, or like 300, something really low. Randy Scarborough gets the Billy Squire. And what else did I pull over here? Aha! Jeff Healey Band. Jeff Healey Band, Hell to Pay. not play, hell to pay. Near mint copy, Jeff Healey band, $25 start. $25 start. Greg Roberts claimed the Who. He did. Greg Rogers claimed the Who. I missed that. Meaty, beady, big, and bouncy. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll auction those for sure. Yeah, Josh has pulled out 2 great auctions. Okay, the Who is sold to Greg Rogers. Sorry, I missed that. So we got Oingo Boingo, Brent Rabley's at 50, and Jeff Healey bands at 25 of Kenneth Jank. This has got like rock, punk, jazz. I think there's some soul in here. Really good mixture of crate. I thought this was a good one to start with. So, Guitar Giants Volume 2, Jimi Hendrix. This is actually 2 LPs. It's a Jimi Hendrix comp, $34.99. That's in shrink wrap. Paul Desmond from The Hot Afternoon. Looks like it's a promo copy. It has a promo stamp on the front at least. $24.99. Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. $26.99 for Alice. Chicago's Greatest Hits, $9.99. That's like Chicago. What number is that? Chicago 9. Chicago 9. Cats is $24.99. Cats is $24.99. The Alan Parsons Project, Gaudy? Is that how you say that one? $19.99. All I know is we don't get it too often. Let's see if I can check the label on this one. Yeah, G-A-U-D-I. It was halfway in cursive, so y'all know that's going to throw me for a loop. Krista Moss on JG. JG. That was, maybe he meant, what did you mean on that, Chris? JG. I don't have a JG in here. Paul Desmond, Hendrix, Cooper, Chicago, Cats, and Alan Parsons Project. First of all, Greg Preston is at 32 on the Jeff Healey. That's going once, going twice. And Brent Rabley's at 50 on Oingo Boingo. That's going twice, going 3 times. So, let's see. Kevin, yes, you got Cinderella. You got Cinderella and Guitar Giants. Yes, that's what I thought. I was like, he probably meant GG or JH. Maybe it auto-corrected. So, yeah, that's sold to Krista Moss. Krista Moss got that. Final call on these 2 auctions. And I think we're caught up now. Alice Cooper was $26.99. Beast Smoker. $26.99. Tina Turner, Let's Stay Together. 12-inch single. Promo copy. $14.99. Yes, Fragile is $19.99. Yes, Fragile is $19.99. That is a 4-digit, which means it could be a OG press. Jeff Healey, 35 with Cuda Bryan. And what was we at? 32. Okay, so this has a new bid. Jeff Healey stuff, always up for auction. Always people messaging us, asking for it on here. Let's go ahead and sell Oingo Boingo for $50 to Brent Rabley. And we'll put Jeff Healey in slot number 1. So Cuda Bryan has that for $35. All right, here's one of the putbacks Josh just handed me. This is a good one. Anthem of the Peaceful Army. So we had a guy, he was a pretty good buyer, and he got mad at us one night and said we were not answering his questions. So he had a huge order and he didn't pay for it. So we was like, okay, but this means if you're going to do this to us, this means you can't buy anymore. And he never did message us back. So we're reselling his records. Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. It's in shrink wrap. The vinyl is near mint. I mean, it's a fairly new copy, really well taken care of. And that is a $50 start. Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army, which I'm pretty sure we wasn't ignoring his questions that night. I just don't think his comments were coming in, which happens. I was trying to explain that to him. I was like, your comments probably weren't coming in, but you know, that happens a lot. Okay, and Greg says someone already bid 40 on Jeff Healey. Did they? Mike Cochran did. Mike Cochran's at 40 on Jeff Healey. Mike, you might want to bid that again so it bumps back up on everybody's end. So Mike has that for $40, going once, going twice. Greta's a $50 start. Alice Cooper, this one I hadn't seen in a while. Wow, this is in really good shape too. From the Inside, $44.99. This cover, it's a cutout, but you know, usually these doors and everything have a lot of wear on them. So that's $44.99, Alice Cooper. Paul Desmond, Take 10, $29.99. Chick Corea, Circling In, $34.99 for Chick Corea. And Chick Corea, this is the Blue Note reissue series. Chick Corea is $24.99. And Herbie Hancock, another Blue Note. These are like compilations when you see this and that. These are like Blue Note compilations. That's also Chick is, or Herbie is $24.99. Atlantis McCoy Tyner, $29.99. Atlantis McCoy Tyner, $29.99. Chelsea Evacuate, $19.99. The Police, I Was Born in the 50s. Wow, this is interesting. The Police, I Was Born in the 50s, $39.99. Okay, so new high bid on Jeff Healey is $42 with Cuda Bryan. $42 with Cuda Bryan. Jimi Hendrix is already sold, and I'm still looking for a $50 star on Greta Van Fleet. Kenneth Jank, he gets a 2-in-1 with Chick and the Herbie Blue Note compilations. Those are both sold to Kenneth Jank. And R.M. Lazelle was first on The Police. Glad to see you on, R.M. I think Lazelle hopped on when we first, or usually at 7 when we go live, and he was on the other feed, and I was like, sorry, wrong feed. We're not going live until 9. The Jam beat Surrender. The Jam beat Surrender. I'm trying to figure out what this is. $50 to Brent Rabley. The Jam beat Surrender. What is this? Is that the artist? The Jam? Looks like it's some kind of EP. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, The Jam. Looks like it's a 4-track EP, $24.99. What was the story with the Police album? It looks like, let me look at this right quick. Edinburgh Records, I really don't know. It looks like it's live, maybe. Maybe a live show from 1979. I really don't know. I've never seen it before. Zachary Smith on. Zachary, let me know if you're actually claiming that or you were helping me out with the title. Okay, and Jeff Healey Band, going twice, going 3 times. Cuda Bryan, $42. Greta Van Fleet, no bids. If anybody wants to buy it, $49.99. And that's what it sold for last time at auction, $60. So last time it sold for $60. You can buy it now for $49.99. Les McCann, The Man, $19.99. Sam Harris, Sam I Am, $14.99. Peter Frampton, Breaking All the Rules, is $19.99. Gold stamp promo. Rod Stewart, Downtown Train. Selections from the Storyteller Anthology. This is a 1990 press in Columbia House. Is this sealed? No, it's just in shrink wrap. So yeah, this is a compilation. Killing of Georgie, Part 1 and 2. State. Wow, this is like really good songs on here. It's a collection, it's a sampler from the Rod Stewart Storyteller Anthology. $39.99. Zachary Smith, Does Want the Jam. Mike Cochran is back in on Jeff Healey at $44. Mike, I was about to sell that. That's $44 now with Mike. John Paul Jones, that is the basis for Led Zeppelin. This is a soundtrack he did, music from the film Scream for Help, 1999. He also has Jimmy Page on here and John Anderson of Yes. The Mean Machine, Jimmy McGriff, $29.99. Peter Frampton, that's in shrink wrap, $19.99. The Hollies, this is really cool. It's in shrink wrap, has the hop sticker, The Air That I Breathe. That is $19.99. Robert Plant, Now and Zen. That's in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $19.99. Humble Pie, Go for the Throat. That is sealed, $39.99. Humble Pie is sealed. Rocky 3 soundtrack, $24.99. And Thin Lizzy, Nightlife, $39.99. Thin Lizzy, Nightlife. Really nice copy. Don't get that one too often. Jeff McMaster on Robert Plant. Jeff McIntosh was second. Jeff McMaster was first. Now, Cuda Bryan, let me know if you're in or out. Mike Cochran has this for $44. That's now going twice, going 3 times. Final call on that. The John Paul Jones soundtrack was $19.99. $19.99 on John Paul Jones. Brent Rabley takes Thin Lizzy. We've got Split Ends, True Colors. This is $24.99. This is the one that's laser etched. We had one of these a couple weeks ago. Really cool laser etching. It looks like it's unplayable, but you can listen to it. That's this laser etching. $24.99. Brent Rabley got Thin Lizzy. Jackie Reynolds, you were third on the Robert Plant. And Cuda Bryan is back in on Jeff Healey. I'm shocked no one bought Greta Van Fleet. Let's see what else we got over here. I had a Mr. Big to put up for auction. I don't know if any of our metal buyers are watching right now. This is a Mr. Big original inner sleeve. It is a near mint copy. It is a cutout. It has both hype stickers, and it's a gold stamp promo. That's a $55 start. Mr. Big, really nice copy. $55 start on that. Cuda Bryan is back in on Jeff Healy. Mike Cochran, you're out. Greg Rogers says he will take the John Paul Jones soundtrack. Sell that to Greg Rogers. And Clay Moore wants the Greta Van Fleet. So that's unpriced. We'll put that down for $49.99. Clay Moore on Greta Van Fleet. XTC. Yep, this is like a 2-in-1 type deal. XTC $39.99. XTC are here again with a double best-selling package from Britain. GO2 includes a 5-track EP, a full-size blow-up poster, and some good music. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in this. $39.99 for XTC. Mike is out on Jeff Healy. So that is now Cuda Bryan's for $45. Final call on that. Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus. This is the quadraphonic pressing. $29.99. Frank French and Kevin Kinney. Everything looks better in the dark. This is from 1987 on clear vinyl. $49.99. $49.99. Everything looks better in the dark. Frank French and Kevin Kinney. Jared McLaughlin takes the Split Ends record. That's sold to Jared McLaughlin. Final call on Jeff Healy. And then Mr. Big is a $55 start. Walt Cruz first on the Kinney. That's sold to Walt Cruz. American Summer, the Beach Boys 2-record set. This was a record club only release, not sold in stores. $29.99. The Beach Boys American Summer. $29.99. Beach Boys American Summer. The Police Synchronicity. This is on the purple vinyl. $29.99. Todd Rundgren Runt. A sealed copy. $49.99. And the Flamingo Kid soundtrack. That is also sealed. $39.99. Okay, Jeff Healy. Sold to Cuda Bryan. Cuda Bryan, can you remind us of your actual name we need to tag this under? Brian White, Josh said. Tanner's got most of them memorized. Tanner's not here tonight. So if anybody's on a pen name, a pseudo name, you might want to remind us. But that's sold to you for $45. Tom Steyer got the Police. Tom Steyer on the Police. And if anybody wants Mr. Big, we had this one stickered for more. But good night probably to jump on some of these auctions because we've started late. Not a whole lot of people watching right now. So $55 if anybody wants it. Mr. Big. So Cuda Bryan is Brian White. It is Brian White. Jay Ferguson, White Noise. That's also sealed. $34.99. Uriah Heep, Abominog. That's also sealed. $39.99. And Rod Stewart, Body Wishes. We got some sealed stuff here. That's $29.99. And Girl School, Race with the Devil. Girl School, $34.99, 2LP. Jeff McMaster wants Mr. Big. That is $55. $55 to him. Let's see what else we got here. Heartbreaker, free. I was just looking at this before the show. I almost pulled it. It's a really nice copy, $29.99. Paul Rogers and free. Not something we get too often in this condition. Really nice white cover too. Excuse me. Paul Beal was first to Girl School. I think we're about to get into some interesting stuff right here. So Scott Smith, you were second on Girl School. I got to be careful with that one. And Brent Rabley was first on Free. Yeah, that's a nice copy. Original label too. Brent Rabley first on that one. Jeff McMaster second. Guy Goodman third. Randy Scarborough fourth. Nectar is $19.99. It has a promo sticker on the back. Nectar is $19.99. And the Rolling Stones 12 by 5. The Rolling Stones 12 by 5. Blue London stereo label. That looks really nice. $34.99. And this is a sealed copy of the Rolling Stones Dirty Work with the original red transparent, the really cool hype sticker, and that is a sealed copy, $69.99. A perfect sealed copy, I will say. A perfect sealed copy. Okay, I have another non-payment over here that originally sold at auction. It's a Beastie Boys. I'll go ahead and tell you, this one originally sold more than what the Greta Van Fleet sold for. 2016. It's not an OG, but I don't know. We still got these in stock. I don't know if we got this exact version, but it sold for a lot that night. So I'll start it for $35. Beastie Boys licensed eel. It has a barcode. It's definitely 100% not an OG. It's 180 gram. But the label says 2016 Def Jam. Barcode ends in 820754. So I'll put that up for a $35 start. Brent Rabley wants the Dirty Work, the sealed copy of that. I figured you'd buy that, Brent. Precious Metal. This is, what is this? It's $19.99. Is that the name of, right here, right now, is that the name of the artist? Precious Metal in shrink wrap, $19.99. It's got a hop sticker on it. The Orchids, I think is how you say that. Gold Stamp Promo. Another girl group. They look like they're rockers too. Love Dolls is $19.99. Love One Another. Love Dolls. Looks like another girl group. What's that? Yeah, Dirty Work. Yeah. That's his. Catholic Girls, Gold Stamp Promo, $19.99. And Cat, K-A-T, $49.99. Cat, K-A-T. This is called Worship Me or Die. Wow. Neil Ines A Go-Go. Neil Ines A Go-Go, $19.99. Neil Ines, yeah. This is called, it's a white label promo. I'm not for sure what that is. $19.99. Bill Fratsky's at $35 on the Beastie Boys. That is going twice, going 3 times now. Opening bid for that. The Best of Manfred Mann, $19.99. Jimi Hendrix Rainbow Bridge soundtrack, $34.99. Jimi Hendrix Rainbow Bridge soundtrack. That's very clean. $34.99 on Hendrix. Live Cream Volume 2, $34.99. I like Volume 2 better because it has Sunshine of Your Love and White Room and Tales of Brave Ulysses. This is $34.99. Jay Hood is in on the 37 on the Beastie Boys. Corey Hart. Corey Hart is $19.99. Fields of Fire. Gold Stamp Promo. Don't see that one too often. $19.99. The Firm, Mean Business. $26.99 on The Firm. And ABBA, The Album. $19.99. ABBA, The Album. Beastie Boys is now at 37 with Jay Hood, and Bill Fratsky says he's out. Let's see. Okay. James Dawson takes the ABBA. James Dawson takes the ABBA. And Wendy Pierce on Corey Hart. Sorry I had to remove whoever Richard H. was. He's trying to set me up there for a trap. Richard, you are now removed from YouTube. Beastie Boys going twice, going 3 times to Jay Hood. Going twice, going 3 times to Jay Hood. All right, let's go back through this crate one more time. We have Paul Desmond. I'll just read titles. If you want to know prices, let me know. Paul Desmond, Alice Cooper, Chicago, Cats, Alan Parsons Project, Tina Turner, Yes, Alice Cooper, really nice copy of that. Paul Desmond, Chick Corea, Atlantis, that's McCoy Tyner, Chelsea, Les McCann, Sam Harris, Peter Frampton, Rod Stewart, Jimmy McGriff, Peter Frampton, and the Hollies. Do we have any Back to the Future soundtracks? I've got one in stock over here. I can see it right here behind me. It's $33.99. It's a new pressing. I don't have any originals. Humble Pie, Rocky 3, XTC, Jefferson Starship, American Summer, Todd Rundgren, Flamingo Kid soundtrack, and Jay Ferguson soundtrack. Holt Slack on Precious Metal. That was right back in here, I think. Yeah. So Holt gets the Precious Metal. Clay Moore wants to know the price on Chelsea. Chelsea Evacuate is $19.99. The Alice Coopers From the Inside is $44.99, and Alice Cooper Goes to Hell was $26.99. The Rod Stewart Carol is kind of a tough one to get. It's from 1990. It's a Columbia House sampler. This is $39.99. The first Peter Frampton album, let's see, that was that Breaking All the Rules? Breaking All the Rules is a gold stamp promo on the back in shrink wrap, $19.99. Yeah, speaking of Beastie Boys, I need to go ahead and sell this before we lose the comment. J. Hood, which I think is Jesse Hood, Seth, $37. You get the Beastie Boys, $37. Karate Kid soundtrack. I don't have that either. That is very tough to get. I don't have that one. Did I miss anything? How much was the Flamingo Kid? It is a sealed copy, $39.99. That is sealed. Uriah Heep, Abominog, that's also sealed. That Rod Stewart is sealed. Nectar, if you want prices on these, just let me know. The Rolling Stones 12x5, The Orchids, Love Dolls, Catholic Girls, Cat, Neil Innes, Best of Manfred Mann, Rainbow Bridge, Live Cream Volume 2, and Firm Mean Business. Is Alice Cooper From the Inside and OG. It has, let me check it. It has this cutout, which makes me think it's not, plus it's so nice. Who else has also asked? Lou Hetzer also asked, which let's check. It's such a nice copy, and it's a cutout. I don't think that's the first label. This is just really nice. The vinyl is near mint. You know, like I said, usually this has a lot of wear, especially the doors, because they're kind of always stuck down in here. You really had to stick your finger to get them to pop out. They were originally perforated. So that is really nice copy, though, $44.99. So, Lou, you've got dibs on that, and then Steve Botsford. I think you had 2 Alice Cooper, take both available. Kevin, so we got kind of a list now. We'll say who's in or out on those Alice Coopers. Technically, Lou Hetzer has dibs on both of them. If Lou passes, then Steve has dibs on this one, and if Steve passes, then that goes to Kevin Kubina. Karate Kid is not an easy soundtrack to get. Rich Group, Nectar, Info, and Price. Nectar, I think that's the one with the bus on the front. That is called, I think, Down to Earth. Wow, that's a weird label. It's a promo label. White label promo on Passport. Nectar, Down to Earth. It has a promo sticker on the back. That is $19.99. Lou Hetzer said he's getting both Alice Coopers. So both of those to Lou Hetzer. He had first dibs on those. Rich, that's a near mint, really nice cover too. $19.99 if you want that. Rich Group. Anybody else in this crate before I move to our first crate of new vinyl tonight? We've done a bin of putbacks and non-payments. This was our first crate of OGs, and I'm about to do one of our 2 or 3 crates of new vinyl for tonight. But I'm going to set this where I can still get to it if anybody decides they want to see something again. Let me slide back here and get this crate of new vinyl. Yeah, I definitely want to start with this. We have almost a crate and a half of waiting list. So we have almost a crate and a half of waiting list of stuff that came in just from today. It's only Monday. You'll be seeing me show this all week because it's a highly in demand record. It's come, they go. It's kind of like any kind of, I kind of put this in that same category as like Alice in Chains and Soundgarden records and hard to get Pearl Jam pressings. Audio Slave, back in stock this week. I've already made a post. We've pre-sold several. They're $39.99, any New York Dolls. I don't have anything on New York Dolls. We had a couple new vinyl, a couple new pressings. They're all gone. Audio Slave is $39.99. If you don't have one of these already, let me go ahead and read off the list. I have about a crate and a half left of them. So I've got plenty, but you'll be seeing me show these all week, so plenty of time to think about it. Before they came in stock, sealed copies on Discogs were $59 and $69.99. That was the next 2 in the U.S. So $39.99. Mark Karst, Greg Preston, Eric Fisher, Michael O'Brien, William Simmons, Greg Rogers, Jimmy Ball, Zach Biley, Paul Beal, Aaron Jolly, Cameron Nance, Rob Scheffler, Spencer Christensen, Kevin Jordan, Charlie Sells, Josh Duvall, Jeff McIntosh, and Brian Hummel. Of course, that's Chris Cornell on lead vocals, and Tom Morello. Fantastic album, fantastic group. They only did a couple albums, I think. But in case you didn't know, it's Chris Cornell on lead vocals. Whitney Croy wants one. If anybody else, I've got plenty. The Elf soundtrack. I was going through Christmas albums, and I knew I was missing something. We sold a ton of these last year. I've got 2 or 3. I've got 3 right now. They're $31.99. That is the soundtrack to, of course, the Will Ferrell Elf movie, $31.99. Scorpions, Love Drive, $33.99. Dakota, you were on a waiting list for that. Dakota Wilkie on Scorpions Love Drive. I've got one available, $31.99 for Scorpions Love Drive. Actually, yeah, I need to make sure I've pulled his out. I'll go ahead and pull another one out just in case. But I only thought I had one extra. But Elf to Tony Murphy. Elf to Kevin Moore. And I had a feeling I might have a waiting list. I only grabbed 3, but there was a lot in stock. I'm sure they pressed a bunch of these. It's, for such a recent movie, when did this originally come out? 2003? It seems like it's a lot more recent than that. Everything else, like most of the classic Christmas movies were well out before my time, but that's one I kind of remember when it came out, but very popular. Carlos Diaz wants a Scorpions. That's sold to Carlos. Leslie Jordan, Company's Coming, $31.99. And was it Whitney, Josh, Whitney, we've already got you down for one of these. We had these back ordered, or maybe somebody, Josh, was it you that got on? Yeah, Josh back ordered these after we found out he had passed away, and Josh wanted one. And we didn't think we would get them because they were very expensive. Very expensive on Discogs. And we got 2 in, then we ordered 2 more, and we've got an extra. That's Leslie Jordan's Company's Coming, $31.99. Did you say my name for Audio Slave? Brent Rabley. I don't have you down for an Audio Slave. How many do you want? 5? Let's see, 3? Everybody needs to get more than 1. I'm telling you, I'm surprised I hadn't sold as more. I had 60 ordered, and I've sold about 20. I figured I would have a lot more sold. I'm kind of shocked because we had a music on vinyl pressing from that collection I picked up in Clarksville, and we sold it for close to $200, I think. So, kind of strange, but no, Brent, I don't have you on this list. Leslie Jordan sold to Greg. And we're going to try to order more, so we'll take a wait list for David Cox, if that's okay, David. I just know I don't think they were cheap before he passed away. So, David Cox, if you want on that wait list, we will try to order more. Reba McEntire, Ultimate Christmas Collection. This is the first time I've ever had this one. Reba McEntire is $33.99, the Ultimate Christmas Collection. The Best of Dire Straits and Mark Knopfler, Private Investigations, $39.99. Dire Straits is, I had a wait list with Brent Rabley and Stephen Roberts. Brent Rabley and Stephen Roberts. This is technically on sale. This was an import that's on sale through my distributor. So that's technically like an on sale price. I've sold these before for $56.99. And that is $39.99. That's the Best of Dire Straits. Really high quality too. Let's see here. Randy Scarborough on Audio Slave. Randy Scarborough on Audio Slave. David Cox on the Leslie Jordan waiting list. Joni Mitchell, Court and Spark. $31.99 for Court and Spark, Joni Mitchell. Okay, the Johnny Cash. Yeah, let me show these all at once. So, if anybody wants the set, the $34.99 set, that's $34.99 each. I've got Johnny Cash, American Recordings, Volume 1, 2, 3, and 6. And then 4 and 5, I don't know if I have any to show tonight, but they're $49.99. These are $34.99. Okay, Brent Rabley said he'll take 2 Audio Slaves. Anybody else? Wayne Gilbert, Audio Slave is $39.99. $39.99 for Audio Slave. There's 2 for Brent. Greg Rogers on Audio Slave list. Greg Rogers, yes sir. Yes sir. Jill Berry wants the Reba McEntire Christmas. 5 just came back in print. It did. 5 was, actually, a lot of people talk about 4. because it has Herd on it, but 5 was just as hard to get, and for some reason they charge more for it, so it must have some good material on it. Wayne Gilbert on Audio Slave. Wayne, I'm not for sure if you bought from us or not before. If this is your first purchase, make sure you send our Facebook page a message. You have to send our Facebook page a message. It will be a week before we invoice you. We do invoicing every Monday, so invoices just went out today. It will be another Monday. It will be next Monday before you get an invoice for this. But you can watch all week. We're having 3 or 4 more shows this week. $7 unlimited shipping. This is a good way to start your purchases from us. $39.99. That is sold to you. This is a new reissue, yes. These just came back in print. They hadn't been printed, what did we say, Craig, for like a year and a half maybe? It's been a long time since they've pressed these for such a popular album. $39.99. Let's see here. Where are we at? I've shown Joni Mitchell. Okay, so if anybody, you can buy these individually. I'm not saying you have to buy the set, but that's how most people's been buying them. So if anybody wants the cash, I have a complete set there. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Burl Ives. I'm pretty sure this is this is colored vinyl. It doesn't say it on the hype sticker, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'll have to double check the SKU. But this is from the original Burl Ives, the Videocraft TV music. Super popular. I sold a ton last year. Whitney Croy wants one. Anybody else, please let me know. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Cream, live at the Royal Albert Hall. Triple LP. This is on sale. $36.99. I had 2 people on a wait list for this. It's a 2005 concert. Eric Clapton and Cream. Who was waiting on one of these? Steve Botsford and Michael Potts. Those came back in. I've got one left. Wendy Pierce also wants a Burl Ives. You know, I didn't watch one Halloween movie, I don't think. Halloween went so fast. Like it was October, and I usually at least watch the original Halloween movie. You know, and that's about all I watch, but I usually at least watch that. There are so many Christmas movies I got to rewatch. I better start now because I know it's not even close to Thanksgiving. But my mom told me last night we're having Thanksgiving dinner next week. She wants to go ahead and get it over with. So I'm like, okay. So at that point, the tree's going up and it's Christmas. There's so many things I got to watch I hadn't seen in years. And that right there is one of them. I hadn't watched that since probably I was a kid. So, okay, Kevin Kubina gets the cream. Steve Botsford, I think I just read off your name, didn't I? Didn't I just read off your name? Yeah, I've already got you down for one, Steve. So that goes to Kevin Kubina. Greg Neal, if you want a Burl Ives, I'm sold out tonight, but it's only Monday, so I can get more. And Greg Hagewood as well. So Greg Neal and Greg Hagewood, I will put you on a wait list for those. And last but not least, Jerry Cantrell. I've had these in stock for almost probably 2 years now. And they're $46.99. $46.99. Jerry Cantrell Degradation Trip. Also put Brent Rabley down on Rudolph, Claymore. I figured there'd be a lot of people waiting for that one. Some of those I got to make posts for. Reba, Rudolph, Elf. I'm going to post that in the group. A lot of people that's not getting to watch right now, I will end up selling a bunch of those. So, okay, one more time on this crate. Audio Slave, $39.99. Get them before they all disappear, and then they're $70 again. Elf, one copy left, $31.99. Dire Straits Greatest Hits, $39.99. My favorite Joni Mitchell album. And last week I said, if it didn't sell, I was keeping it. And then somebody bought it, so I ordered another one. But this has probably her best song on it, Help Me. Absolutely fantastic. She puts you in a trance when she starts singing. $31.99. I've got all the Johnny Cash. Jerry Cantrell, this is $46.99. $46.99 for Jerry Cantrell. And of course, if you're missing the note on that, that's the founding member. He actually sung a lot on a lot of those out. Of course, Lane Staley, but he did backup and he sang a lot too. $46.99, Jerry Cantrell. Okay, I have more OG stuff to show, so let's go right to it. I'll put up another crate. I really don't have too many things set aside to auction tonight, so we'll just keep showing OG stuff, or we'll just keep showing crates. we'll really start doing heavy auction stuff tomorrow night. But this is a pretty cool crate here. A lot of this, we're getting into the Atlanta stuff. And by the way, if you buy something, and a lot of these collections are kind of getting mixed up, but if you think you bought something from that Atlanta collection, you might want to examine it, because there is a lot of that stuff that guy told me was autographed, and we've already overlooked a couple autographs. I mean, we've caught a couple, but he had a lot of it separated. He went through and he had a whole tub full of autographs, which is somewhere in the back. We hadn't even got to it yet. And then he said a lot of this stuff I can't remember. You know, he had it autographed 50 years ago. He don't remember. And we've already been selling some stuff that's autographed, and we didn't even catch it. So check your records. Check inner sleeves. I mean, this guy was a groupie, so he had a lot of inner sleeves signed. He had back covers. I mean, some things may be like signed down here in the corner in an ink pen. So really check, especially if you bought some new wave or punk stuff. That guy was a big groupie for, you know, he went to all the Clash concerts that came through Atlanta. Mick Jones autographed some stuff we're finding, so be sure to check all that. Okay, PJ Proby, the legendary PJ Proby at his very best, Volume 2, 1999. I'm pretty sure, isn't that the guy Led Zeppelin first recorded with? 1999. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Greatest Hits, 1999. Jethro Tull, A Passion Play, 1999. Dan Fogelberg, check out this copy. It's in shrink wrap with a hop sticker. It has the lyric book with it, 1999, top copy. Really nice. If no one buys that, I may replace mine with that. Such a great album. In shrink wrap, hop sticker, and the booklet, 1999. John Cougar Mellencamp, Lonesome Jubilee, 1999. The Grassroots, 16 Greatest Hits. If I'm going to put on a Grassroots Greatest Hits, this is the one I go back to, 1499. 1499. Grassroots Greatest Hits. John Cougar, American Fool, 1999. Boz Scaggs, Down Two Then Left, is 1999. Foreigner, Double Vision, is 1999. UB40, Live in Moscow, that's in shrink wrap with hop sticker, $24.99. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual, $24.99. Bruce Hornsby, The Way It Is. A couple of his things we have found. We had an autograph. Let me make sure this thing isn't signed. I texted John earlier and I said, we got to like start thoroughly examining these, because we had one the other night. We looked at it and it was autographed. It was right there front and center. And I was like, wow, we didn't even catch it till we was about to sell it. $24.99 for Bruce Hornsby. Jeff McMaster on Dan Fogelberg. He was first today. Jeff just broke my heart. Sell that to Jeff McMaster. Mark Chesler, you were second. David Tate wants John Cougar, American Fool. American Fool sold to David Tate. David Tate. Foreigner, UB40, Cyndi Lauper, Bruce Hornsby. Michael McDonald, No Looking Back, is $19.99. Michael McDonald, No Looking Back. Good Vibrations, The Best of the Beach Boys, $14.99. Bryan Adams, Into the Fire, is $19.99. Player, this one has Baby Come Back on it. Kind of a one-hit wonder. I haven't seen this in a while. $19.99, really nice copy. Player. Frank Sinatra, that is sealed, $29.99. Frank Sinatra, some kind of compilation, $19.99. Jeff McMaster wants that Nectar promo right here. Whoever asked about that, I guess didn't want it. So sell that to Jeff McMaster. I swear 11 Spoonful you showed looked like it was signed on back. Probably was. I probably need to go back and look. All the stuff from the Atlanta collection that hadn't sold, because he had a lot of stuff signed by them. So I don't think we sold that thing. So yeah, I'm going to go back through all the stuff we've priced and check inner sleeves and everything. Because me and Tanner went back to Atlanta to get the rest of that guy's stuff. And he was like, I told him, I said, hey, we found a couple records that was autographed that you didn't have. He's like, oh, lots of these are autographed. He said, I've been traveling to concerts getting people to sign stuff for 50 and 60 years. He said, there's no telling how many autographs. He didn't really even tell me that when I was buying his collection. So, yeah, there's no telling what we'll find. I mean, there's like 5 or 6 Kiss autographs that I still hadn't found. I looked at them that day, but they're somewhere buried in the back. So, KT Oslin. This is something, what is this one called? 80s Ladies. Yeah, 80s Ladies. KT Oslin, $14.99. Is a song Sooner or Later on the Grassroots. I'm almost positive it is. It should be, yeah, first track. Sooner or later, $14.99 on the Grassroots. Simon & Garfunkel, Bookends, $14.99. Let's see if it has the poster with it. Any poster in Bookends? No poster. OG Presto, wow, that's really nice. $14.99 for Bookends. Starship, We Built This City, 12-inch single, $14.99. Crosby, Stills & Nash, CSN, $19.99. That's in shrink wrap. Mark Chesler said, I'll take it. That was the Grassroots. Sell that to Mark Chesler. Toto, The Seventh Son. Excuse me, The Seventh One. That's in shrink wrap with hype sticker. $24.99. Toto. Crosby, Stills & Nash, Allies is $19.99. The Big Three. Wow. The Big Three featuring Coss Elliott, The Big Mama from Mamas and Papas. FM, The Big Three. That's interesting. $19.99. The Ventures, Flights of Fantasy. I have never seen that Ventures. I know they got a bunch of albums, but I've never seen that one. $14.99 on that. I better go ahead and show Billy Idol since he just got exposed. Billy Idol is $26.99. Vital Idol. I've already showed Crosby. I already showed that. Spanky and Her Gang's Greatest Hits, $19.99. Wednesday morning, 3 a.m., Simon & Garfunkel. That is $12.99. Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. Paul Simon, One Trick Pony is $19.99. Paul Simon in shrink wrap, Mother and Child Reunion hype sticker, $19.99. Best of the Beach Boys Volume 2, $14.99. Burt Jordan wants The Ventures. We're going to sell that to Burt Jordan. Billy Idol to Carlos Diaz. That was the Vital Idol. What happened to you, Billy? Right there. That's sold to Carlos Diaz. Can I see the SN self-titled cover again? You can. It's got the actual photograph pasted on there, which I think most of them are. Shrink wrap. Peaches hype sticker. Really nice copy. Chuck Wilson. Inner sleeve. Yeah, really nice vinyl. $19.99 on that. Stray Cats, Built for Speed. We sold a copy earlier. There's another copy, $19.99. And David Bowie, Never Let Me Down, $34.99. I actually have some stuff over here I can auction. This is some stuff that was damaged. These were returned. They're still playable records, but they were returns because they had something wrong with them. The first one is YouTube Boy. Now, when we look at this, it looks like a really nice record. It's about EX Plus. It has some scuffs on it, but there's like a lip warp on it, and it really doesn't affect playback, but it is still technically lightly warped. So it will play. And when we're looking at records, it's hard for us to even tell. I mean, it even looks flat when you look at it, but I think right here, it's got one little it's almost like a dent. So, and depending on your turntable, I don't know, you may drop the needle and it may jump a little on that first track. But still, it's a record we don't get into often. It's got the original inner sleeve, YouTube Boy. And I'll put that up. So this was a return. I'll put that up for a $1 start. It will still play. Just, it has got a light edge warp. I want everybody to know, whoever wins this, that it does have a problem. And same thing with this. When we first looked at this thing, it looks like a near mint, beautiful copy of Fleetwood Mac self-titled. But if you look right in here, it's got some heat damage. And just at first glance, you don't see it. But when you listen to this, it's got like a light swish to it. So a lot of records have this. It's called heat damage. And when you listen to it, it'll have a light swish. So technically, this is a check condition record. With that being said, we'll call it a VG Plus. After you get through that, it's a really nice record. It's got the original lyric insert to it. Fleetwood Mac is also a $1 start. CSN. You're looking for Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Very complicated. They have an album called Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and they have an album called CSN, and their name is Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Very confusing. Eat a Peach, $39.99. Really nice copy of this. Has the original lyric insert. Really nice copy of Eat a Peach, Allman Brothers Band, $39.99. John Fogerty, Center Field, $19.99. The Very Best of Jan and Dean, $9.99. The Pretenders 2, Loan for promotion only. Has a hype sticker. Let's see if it's a promo label. $19.99. No promo markings on the label. Really nice though. $19.99. Brent Rabley's at $5 on YouTube. Brent Rabley's at $5 on YouTube, and we're looking for a whopping $1 start on this check condition Fleetwood Mac self-titled. Like I said, it does have some heat damage on the first 2 tracks of side 1. I guess side 2 too. Burt Jordan on Jan and Dean. That's sold to Burt Jordan. 999 concert, or excuse me, that says concrete. 999 is $19.99. 999 concrete. Curtis Mayfield, there's no place like America today. Curtis Mayfield is $19.99. Ray Charles, Through the Eyes of Love, $19.99. Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms, $34.99. And Bob Dylan, Blood on the Tracks, $34.99. Is Allman Brothers OG Peach. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure these labels, I'm pretty sure that's the first labels they use. Capricorn Records, 72. It's got the textured cover. Textured inner sleeve. Yeah, this should be. Of course, this is a very popular album. I'm sure if you run the Matrix, it may pop up all the different pressing plants, and it's so hard for something like this. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a repress. I think that's pretty close to 72. Burt Jordan's at 10 on YouTube, and David Cox is at $1 on Fleetwood Mac. We have Heart Greatest Hits Live, $29.99. Heart Greatest Hits Live. Tracy Chapman is $94.99. Has a little bit of a corner ding. Tracy is $94.99. Technically self-titled. I call it Fast Car. Simon & Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence, $14.99. Simon & Garfunkel, Sounds of Silence, a really nice copy. Columbia 2i. Hawaii Five-0, The Ventures, $14.99. Bonnie Tyler, Faster Than the Speed of Night, $9.99. And Todd Rundgren, Something, Anything. That is $29.99. Okay, final call on YouTube Boy. This one has a very light edge warp on it. It's still playable. Burt has that for $10, going once, going twice. And Fleetwood Mac is now at $2. I'm about to sell that very quickly to somebody. So Michael Church has that for $2, going twice, going 3 times. Carlos Diaz on Simon & Garfunkel. I'm assuming that's on Sounds of Silence, Carlos. Let me know if that's not right. 3 o'clock. I reckon that's self-titled. 3 o'clock, $29.99. Vermilion. No, Vermilion. Or who's the artist? Is it? I'm assuming 3 o'clock is the name of the artist. I'm not for sure. Brent Rabley back on YouTube at $12. David Cox is now at $3 on Fleetwood Mac. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat, has a promo sticker on it. $24.99. $24.99. Al Stewart, Year of the Cat. And we have Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits. That's $14.99. And Erasure the Circus. Erasure the Circus, $19.99. That is actually a full album, I believe. Yep, Erasure the Circus, $19.99. Victim of Love. That should sell quickly. U2's at 14, Fleetwood Mac 4. Fleetwood Mac has heat damage. It has heat damage on about the first 2.5 tracks. And the cover is about a VG+. It's got heat damage on it. High bid is $4. Burt Jordan, I'm reselling it because we originally sold it as near mint, which it looks near mint until you really start looking at it and you can see that heat damage. Kyle Morgan was first to Erasure. And Matt Kamer, you were second asking the tracks. Kyle just beat you to it. We now have a $5 bid on Fleetwood Mac, and U2 Boy is now at $14 with Burt Jordan. U2 Boy has an edge warp on it. Other than that, it's pretty clean. About EX does have an edge warp. Those were both returns for that reason. All right, I'm going to go back through this crate and read titles. If you want to see prices or no prices, just let me know. PJ Proby, At His Best, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Greatest Hits. Jethro Tull, Passion Play. John Cougar Mellencamp, Lonesome Jubilee. Boz Skaggs, down two, then left. Foreigner, Double Vision. UB40, live in Moscow. Cyndi Lauper, Bruce Hornsby, Michael McDonald, Beach Boys, Bryan Adams. Some stuff in here I'm like shocked hadn't sold. Player, Frank Sinatra, KT Oslin, Simon and Garfunkel, Starship, Toto, Crosby, Stills and Nash. This is called 3 FM with Coss Elliott. Spanky and Our Gang, Simon and Garfunkel, Paul Simon, The Beach Boys, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Stray Cats, David Bowie, John Fogerty, and The Pretenders. Final call on Fleetwood Mac, 30 seconds. I'm about to sell that. Brent Rabley's backing on YouTube at 15 as Al Stewart and Shrink-Wreck. Give me a second to get to that one. 999 Concrete, Curtis Mayfield, Ray Charles, Dire Straits, Bob Dylan, Allman Brothers, Heart, Tracy Chapman, The Ventures, Bonnie Tyler, Todd Rundgren, 3 O'Clock, Vermilion. Al Stewart is not in shrink wrap, no. And Frank Sinatra's Greatest Hits. Those are all still available if anybody wants to know any prices. I'm going to get our next crate of new vinyl for tonight. Let me go over here and find it. How you doing, Seth? Seth said, all right. Josh is keying stuff in. Let's go through. This has only got a few titles in it, so let me go ahead and show these, and then I'll go ahead and do the next crate after, too. All right. There is the Joni Mitchell Blues I was talking about. Joni Mitchell Blue is $31.99. Joni Mitchell Blue is $31.99. How much is Tracy Chapman? $94.99, I think is what I said. And Kevin wants Blood, Sweat, and Tears and Allman Brothers. What happened to the crate what did I do with that? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I think it's 94. I think we got 2 copies of that available. We auctioned off one the other night, Joe, and we still got one in our high-end bin, and we got that one. So I think we got $94.99 on it. It's kind of a strange price, maybe $95.99. Kevin, I'm assuming, Brent, you didn't want Allman Brothers, so I'm selling that one to Kevin. And Blood, Sweat, and Tears Greatest Hits also to Kevin. U2 Boy is sold to Brent Rabley for $15, and Fleetwood Mac is sold to David Cox for $5. Those are sold and sold. I didn't post, wrong record. There's something else coming up. I just ordered a bunch more of these because I was getting low stock. I think y'all remember we had like an entire cubby and a half on the back wall. We sell these all the time here in the store. We got down to like 3 or 4 copies. Luckily, they were still in stock. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, $38.99. $38.99 for Dark Side of the Moon. Here's the one I was talking about, the Peace of Mind. So we had a wait list for this, actually. I didn't post this one because there's so many Iron Maiden records coming back in stock all of a sudden. But Brandon Jackson, Jerry Stone, and Greg Rogers. Brandon Jackson, Jerry Stone, and Greg Rogers. I've got you down for an Iron Maiden Peace of Mind. I didn't post this one, but they are available. It's actually a really nice gatefold. They're $36.99. They're back in stock. Do you sell 12-inch singles? Yes. The way we do our show, though, is they're all just mixed in with everything else. So you really don't know what we're going to show next. There could be 10 12-inch singles coming up in the next crate. We may not show one for 2 nights. And then the other Iron Maiden is Number of the Beast. And I was curious, they've put new stickers on them, Number of the Beast, because there is a deluxe edition of this coming out, I think next week or maybe this week, with a live show from Hammersmith. But these have really cool new Iron Maiden 40th anniversary stickers on them. So new batch of Number of the Beast is out, $36.99. So this was just a big restock crate. Iron Maiden is $36.99 and Iron Maiden. So both Iron Maidens are $36.99. Big restock of Dark Side of the Moon. And Joni Mitchell Blue, which, by the way, I think y'all have seen. This is a new, very high-quality audiophile pressing of this. And The OGs are now like $40, $50. Really clean copies. We've sold them for that recently. If you've been looking for one of that, this was an import only forever, and those were $40 and $50 and $60. That is not an OG Scorpions, no sir. That is a new reissue. I think it's somebody's, but I didn't pull it earlier. So, okay, I got one more crate of new vinyl to go through very quickly. This has got a lot of different titles in it. Steve Botsford wants a Joni Mitchell Blue. I figured we'd sell at least one of those. Okay, let's see. We got some interesting stuff in here I hadn't had in a while, and also that we've never had. Green Day, American Idiot. I think this one includes a poster. I couldn't find this on my invoice ticket to look up the SKU or the original SKU from where we ordered it, but there's one that I think that it says with poster, and I think that's what that is. Green Day is $36.99, gatefold. Aha, Hunting High and Low has Take On Me, $31.99. That's technically an on-sale import. And then all these albums by The Cure are all technically on-sale imports. The Head on the Door is $31.99. 17 Seconds is $31.99. And Pornography is $31.99. Those are all albums by The Cure. Night Ranger on blue vinyl, Midnight Madness, featuring Sister Christian. That is $28.99. And Europe on purple vinyl, The Final Countdown, Europe, that is $29.99. America, their first album, Music on Vinyl, $38.99. The Smiths self-titled, $33.99. We have Allman Brothers Collected. Very good if you don't have one of these already. Allman Brothers Collected, $44.99. And Reba, Rumor Has It. Reba is $34.99. The Specials is $26.99. The Specials is $26.99. New and sealed. Those are all new and sealed. Jason F. wants The Cure, Head on the Door. I've got one copy of that left if anybody else wants one. Yeah, like I said, those are all technically on-sale imports. The Specials, Reba, Allman Brothers, Smiths, America, Europe, Night Ranger, The Cure. Aha, Green Day. White Akins wants The Specials. That's actually, I think if you click on I don't know what genre they technically put that in, but on my distributor's website, but it's always at the top of some of the best sellers. So White takes The Specials, and Brent Rabley, I will put you down on a waiting list for that. Okay, let me go through the waiting list on a few things. I've already done Audio Slave, Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, Conrad Murak, Greg Preston, Whitney Croy, John Miller, and Jeff McIntosh. You were on Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast. Conrad, Greg, Whitney, Jeff, and John Miller, and Jeff McIntosh. And then Cash Volume 5, we're still waiting for more of those to come in. So I didn't fill them all, but I have others. And that's Shepard Michael, Lasley King, Kevin Kubina, Cody Chandler, and George Buchanan. And then I do have more on the way, the rest of that list, which is Jerry Stone, Kyle Gregory, Josh Duvall, and Brent Rabley. Those will be in. Joni Mitchell Blue, Debbie Blair, Cream, I've already did that one. Chris Kirkley, your Johnny Cash American set came in. I've already done Dire Straits, Scorpions. Alice Cooper, The Glow in the Dark, AstroTurf Live, Lou Hetzer, and White Akins. Those came in for you. Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind was Brandon Jackson, Jerry Stone, and Greg Rogers. Smith, Strange Ways, Jeff McIntosh. Is that who just asked about that? Yes. Jeff, your Strange Ways came in. And then also the Joan Jett Funkos. Leslie Holt, Paul Beal, and Jason Ivey. And I have one of those left if anybody wants one. The Joan Jett Funko Pop. I have one of those left if anybody wants one. So, do you have me on cash wait? I'm not for sure. I don't have that one in front of me. Those will be here tomorrow. So, Brent Rabley says pass on the specials, waiting list. Zachary Smith wants to Cure, Pornography, and Head on the Door. So there's Pornography and there's Head on the Door. Those are sold to Zachary Smith. And David, I will write that down and make sure you are but I will have to check. And Whitney wants Cure, Head on the Door, and I think we're now... Whitney, I can put you down for the Cure Pornography, but I'll have to put you on a wait list for Head on the Door, if that's okay. And she said, never mind, I was getting for Zach. Okay, so scratch those. Never mind. I was like, wow, that's strange. 2 more people wanted that one. Powerball drawing delayed. Is that what everybody's watching right now? Hoping you'll be a billionaire overnight? And then you can, if anybody wins that and you want to buy me out, I'll sell you CollectCo. You can have access and dibs and the infrastructure to buy all the records you could humanly buy in your lifetime with $2 billion. I will sell you my business, and you will have access, the means, the employees, the building, the crew. You can even hire me. I'll work on a very expensive salary. You can afford it, and you'll just be king of records. You'll be king of records. With $1 billion, you could buy the record printing, pressing industry probably with that kind of money. You could just make whatever you wanted to. And you could bootleg stuff and probably have the money to fight legal fees. All right. I've got another crate of vintage somewhere. What do you think, Seth? Seth looks sleepy over here, everybody. You sleepy, Seth? Yeah. Seth is sleepy. He just admitted it. He's tired. He's not sleepy. He's tired. Okay. A little bit of a curveball there, but after taxes, $600 million. Yeah, I'll definitely. You'll be well in the range to buy CollectCo out. So you should be able to tell her I just paid my invoice. Get him a monster. I haven't had one today. I took one of my thermo, hydro, whatever those things are called. It's got like a lot of B12 in it, so I'm pretty wired up right now. So, okay, another crate of vintage. We're not going to be live. I'm going to try to make it till 11 o'clock tonight. I've got to get up early in the morning. So does Seth, and Josh has been here since, he's been over here now, I guess, over 12 hours. So, let's go through some more records, though. Okay, Chicago 16, $9.99. Tales of Mystery and Imagination, Edgar Allan Poe, $19.99. Miami Vice 2 soundtrack is $19.99. Americathon, featuring the Beach Boys, Elvis Costello, Nick Lowe, Eddie Money. That's a soundtrack. Americathon, $19.99. Beverly Hills Cop 2 soundtrack, $19.99. California Dreaming, that is a soundtrack. California Dreaming soundtrack, $19.99. Modern Girl soundtrack, that has Depeche Mode, George Black, Club Nouveau, Jesus and Mary Chain, $19.99. American Anthem soundtrack in shrink wrap, $19.99. American Tail soundtrack, some soundtracks, that's in shrink wrap, $24.99. Down and Out in Beverly Hills, $19.99. Cocktail soundtrack is $19.99. The Great Outdoors soundtrack is $19.99. Love Tractor, $19.99. Themes from Venus. Themes from Love Tractor. Themes from Venus, $19.99. That looks like a Walt Cruise record. Death Wish 2 soundtrack is Sealed. Music by Jimmy Page, $39.99. The Wraith soundtrack, we had one of those the other night, $49.99. Gold stamp promo. Up the Creek soundtrack, $19.99. Every Which Way But Loose soundtrack, $19.99. James Calloway and Henry Mancini, In the Pink Panther soundtrack, $19.99. Whitney Croy wants the Great Outdoors soundtrack. That's sold to Whitney. The King of Comedy is $19.99. White Nights soundtrack, $24.99. And soundtrack from the motion picture Fools. Never seen that. Kenny Rogers in the first editions, $19.99. Richard Davis on the Wraith soundtrack. Sell that to Richard Davis. The Dirty Dozen, $19.99. It is, but I own two. That's a great record. Okay. How much was Up the Creek? $19.99. Back to the Bar Rooms. Merle Haggard, $14.99. The Best of George Jones is $9.99. The Versatile Impressions, The Impressions in shrink wrap, $24.99. The 3 o'clock, half the way there. $14.99, half the way there. $14.99 for the 3 o'clock. Joyride soundtrack. ELO does some of the music on that. $19.99. Kevin wants the Kenny Rogers soundtrack. Fools. That's sold to Kevin Kubina. Mickey and Sylvia, Do It Again. $19.99. Michael Jackson, Ben. $29.99. Hadn't seen one of those in a while. Michael Jackson, Ben. $29.99. David Tate takes Merle Haggard. Back to the Ballrooms. Nice copy in shrink wrap. That's sold to David Tate. The Fifth Dimension Portrait is $14.99. Todd Rundgren, Back to the Bars, $29.99. Lacey J. Dalton, 16th Avenue, $14.99. Yes. Wow. In shrink wrap, $34.99. Yes, self-titled, their first album, $34.99. David Tate also wants the George Jones, Best of George Jones, right back here. That's sold also to David Tate. Rick Wakeman, speaking of Yes, Six Wives of Henry VIII, $19.99. The Four Tops, Reach Out, I'll Be There, $19.99. Slice and the Family Stone, Stand, $44.99. Nice copy of this. Nice copy of this. Jeff McMaster takes Yes. I've listened to that a bunch. That's one of my favorites. Ohio Players, Back, contains the hit single Sweat and Ohio Players versions of Vibe Alive on the hop sticker there. $19.99. The Jacksons' Victory is $24.99. The Best of Booker T and the MGs is $39.99. And the Best of the Blues Brothers is $29.99. Guy Goodman on Sly and the Family Stone. That's sold to Guy Goodman. Aaron Gardner on Back, the Ohio Players. That's sold to Aaron. Guy Goodman got Sly. Best of the Beach Boys, $14.99. The Beach Boys Jan and Dean is $9.99. The Beach Boys Spirit of America, $24.99. And More American Graffiti soundtrack, $19.99. Charlie DeFrank, Love Tractor label and condition. Love Tractor is $19.99. It is a near mint copy. This is really nice, actually. $19.99. Guy Goodman on BT. BT was Booker T and the MGs. Sell that to Guy Goodman. The Beach Boys Forever is $14.99. Close to the Edge, Yes, $19.99. The Best of Procol Harum has a wider shade of pale, $24.99. Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits, $26.99. Yes, 9012 Live, the solos, $19.99. Chicago is $9.99. And ABBA, Voulez-Vous, $19.99. Charlie DeFrank said sold, and that was on Love Tractor. Sold to Charlie DeFrank. And the Hombres, Let It Out, $29.99. R.M. Lazelle said yes, 90. That was 90125. Sell that to R.M. Lazelle. Okay, let's read through those titles one more time. If you want prices on anything, please let me know. Is the 3 o'clock a 12-inch single? Let me get to that Jeff Harris, and I will check. If you want prices, just let me know. Chicago, Alan Parsons Project, Miami Vice 2 soundtrack, Americathon soundtrack, Beverly Hills Cop 2, California Dreamin', Modern Girls, American Anthem. These are all soundtracks. And American Tale, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, Cocktail, Death Wish, Up the Creek, Every Which Way But Loose, Pink Panther, King of Comedy, White Nights, The Dirty Dozen, The Impressions, The 3 o'clock, Half the Way There. This is a single, yes, white label single, Half the Way There. Tracks on Every Which Way. What was that? Was that Every Which Way But Loose? Randy, did the Curtis Mayfield sell from earlier? It is still available. Can I get the $9.99 from the last bin? The last bin, actually, and also, Jeff, I don't know if you missed it earlier, but this 3 o'clock is a full album. This Vermilion, it is $29.99. And then the $9.99, that was $9.99 Concrete, right? Yeah. And Aaron, there is Curtis Mayfield. Concrete is sold to White Akins, $9.99. Is Alan Parsons Project U.S. pressing or that Portugal one? This is, should be a U.S. Yeah, this is a U.S. pressing. That is a U.S. pressing. American Tail, Michelle, is $24.99. Jared McLaughlin wants California Dreamin'. And Aaron Gardner said he'll take the Curtis Mayfield. That was right in here. All right, that's sold to Aaron Gardner. Joyride, Mickey and Sylvia, Michael Jackson, Fifth Dimension, Todd Rundgren, Lacey J. Dalton, Rick Wakeman, Four Tops, Jacksons. Michelle said she'll take American Tail. Michelle, I'm almost positive you've bought from us before. If you haven't, let me know, but I'm almost positive you have. But I may be wrong, but that is sold to you, American Tail. The Jacksons, Best of the Blues Brothers, Best of the Beach Boys. And then we have a Beach Boys Jan and Dean, like realistic promo sampler. The Beach Boys again, More American Graffiti. Another Beach Boys comp, a Yes, Close to the Edge, Procol Harum, Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits, Chicago, ABBA, and the Hombres. Those are all still available. Those are all still available. Anybody else? Anybody else on anything in that bin? If not, I'm going to grab the next one. I've got, let's see here. If you missed the very first part of the show, I did a putback bin. We might go through that one more time because I love selling all that. But I'm going to go ahead and keep with the new stuff. And Josh has another one. Okay, so we have trying to find enough stuff to make it to at least 11 o'clock tonight. But yeah, so we got another putback bin. And then we have this crate here. So let's go ahead and do the new vintage stuff. I'll flip back through the new putback bin. And then we might go back through the old putback bin one more time, just in case anybody missed it. I'm sure there's some people watching now that wasn't on at exactly 9 o'clock. So, okay, we have Jimmy McCracklin, My Answer, $49.99, Jimmy McCracklin. Rank and File, Long Gone Dead, $9.99. Arthur Conley, Sweet Soul Music, mono pressing. Wow, I don't know if I've ever seen one of these. An Arthur Conley, Sweet Soul Music, mono press, $49.99. The Hot Rodders, Big Hot Rod, $14.99. Spencer Davis, I'm a Man, $34.99. Some good 60s stuff in here. The Donut in Granny's Greenhouse, Bozo, what's that say? Bozo, the Bonzo Dog Band, The Donut in Granny's Greenhouse, $34.99. Joe Jackson Band, The Harder They Come, Out of Style Tilt. Joe Jackson, looks like some kind of strange EP, $19.99. Burt Jordan wants the Hot Rodders. Michael Church, Spencer Davis was $34.99. Sell that to Burt Jordan. I don't have any, no, I really don't have anything ready. We don't have any Japanese stuff ready. The few things I pulled out of these new bins to auction, we've already sold. And yeah, I really don't have anything kind of set aside. So we'll start back tomorrow with full-blown auctions. Love for Sale, F-O-U-R-S-A-I-L, $59.99 on Love for Sale. Very nice copy of that. War on 45, March into the 80s, $34.99. Blitz, that's what that says, B-L-I-T-S, backward S. That is $19.99. The Challengers, Where Were You in the Summer of '62? $12.99, The Challengers. Last Night, The Marquise. That is $19.99 on Atlantic. Popsicle, Jan and Dean, $12.99 in shrink wrap. The Untouchables, Dance Party. That is $19.99. Gregory Isaacs, $39.99. Night Nurse. Gregory Isaacs, Night Nurse, $39.99. Need a new inner sleeve for this one. Michelle says that's a comp on Blitz. Blitz is a comp. Kind of looks like it. Chihuahua, White Noise, Orangutan. Flint, $19.99. Angel City, Night Attack, $14.99. Crazy Elephant. Crazy Elephant is on Bell Records. Yeah, self-titled. $19.99. Annette Sings Anka, Paul Anka, $29.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer is $19.99. Foreigner 4 is $19.99. Count Basie, Kansas City Style, $9.99. Modern English. This one is called, it is $19.99. This one is called boy, they make that hard to read. Mesh and Lace, maybe? Yeah, $19.99. Rich Hopkins on Emerson, Lake and Palmer. That's sold to Rich Hopkins. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Musically Speaking. Never seen that before. $19.99. The Best of Loggins and Messina, $14.99. White Akins on Modern English. White Akins on Modern English. Chris Kirkley, You Were Second. Kansas Power. This one has a hop sticker on it I've never seen. Gold Stamp Promo, $19.99. Kansas Monolith. That one's $19.99. And Jay Giles Band, Showtime. That's $19.99. Jefferson Starship Spitfire, $19.99. Triumph Allied Forces in shrink wrap. That is $24.99. And Triumph Rock and Roll Machine is $19.99. Triumph Just a Game. 3 Triumphs, all 19. That one's $19.99. The other are $24.99. Johnny the Fox Thin Lizzy. This is $39.99. Johnny the Fox Thin Lizzy. Nice copy. Hadn't had an OG of that in quite some time. Fantastic album. The Best of Uriah Heep, $19.99. Tina Turner, Break Every Rule, $19.99. Uriah Heep, Sweet Freedom, $19.99. And the Marshall Tucker Band. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen this before. Greetings from South Carolina. I thought I've seen every Marshall Tucker Band. I guess I hadn't seen this one. $19.99. Brent Rabley, first on Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy sold to Brent Rabley, and Clay Moore wants Triumph Machine. That is this one right here. I was about to say, I've said a lot in this crate. I think John went through and pulled out some stuff that, quote, we don't see too often, which is like maybe some strange albums by some popular artists like that. If we have a whole box of Marshall Tucker Band, even if it's some of their best-selling albums, sometimes we put out first the stuff we don't see too often, just if someone's looking for that in their discography. Outlaws Ghost Rider, $19.99. This is one of my favorites. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Deja Vu. Really nice copy of that. $34.99, Deja Vu. Surfer Girl, The Beach Boys, $19.99. And John McLaughlin with the One Truth Band, Electric Dreams. John McLaughlin, $19.99. David Tate is going to get the Marshall Tucker Band. Boz Scaggs, Slow Dancer, $19.99. Bryan Adams, Reckless is $19.99. And Human League, wait a second. This says The League. It doesn't say the Human League. Surely it's the Human League, though. This says Love and Dancing, The League Unlimited. It actually don't say the Human League. This is $19.99, but surely that's them, right? I mean, it looks just like all their other, or one of their other albums, $19.99. And Kevin Kubina wants the Outlaws. Kevin Kubina on the Outlaws. That's sold to Kevin Kubina, $19.99. All right, I'm going to go back through that bin again. If anybody else wants any prices, let me know. These are all still available. If you're watching tonight, if you got a late start with us, you kind of have an advantage because these are all new arrivals. We didn't start until 9 o'clock, so you're getting an early look at a lot of stuff that will I'll probably go back through some of this tomorrow night, and a lot of it will get sold. So I would get it now if you're on the fence. Let me know if you want prices. Jimmy McCracklin, Rank and File, how much was the Untouchables? Let me get there. Arthur Conley, I'm going to set that out because I may listen to that and keep it. Spencer Davis Group, the Bonzo Dog Band, took me a while on that one. Joe Jackson Band, Love is still available. This War on 45, 8 great tunes. I think that's another comp. The Challengers, the Marquees, Jan and Dean. The Untouchables is $19.99 Dance Party. It's a gold stamp promo dance party, The Untouchables. Really nice. Yeah, gold stamp promo on the back. Wyatt, that is $19.99. Blitz, we found out that was a comp. Flint Angel City, Crazy Elephant, Annette, Foreigner, Count Basie, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, The Best of Loggins and Messina, Kansas, Jay Giles, Jefferson Starship, Triumph, Uriah Heep, Tina Turner, Uriah Heep, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and the Beach Boys. Wyatt said, "I'll take it." And that was the Untouchables, which I put somewhere back in here. I placed that right here. League Unlimited Orchestra is intermission 12 minutes of the Human League. That's good to know. I knew it had to be something. Otherwise, they were a straight copycat of the Human League. But I guess it's them. It's 12-inch. It's instrumental. It's all instrumental stuff. Here is the Alternative Tentacles label on this. And Kyle, that was $34.99. Talk minus action equals 0. Yeah, Alternative Tentacles. Jay Giles, was that? Let's see here. What Showtime? That is, yep, $19.99. Kyle Morgan says he'll take the War on 45. That's now sold to Kyle Morgan. John McLaughlin is $19.99. Boss Skaggs is $19.99. Brian Adams Reckless is $19.99. And there is the League again. That is $19.99. I actually read prices on some of those. That was our second time going through those. Wayne Titsworth on the Crazy Elephant. There's a really nice copy of that. What happened to that? Crazy Elephant. Right here. Yeah. That's sold to Wayne. Anybody else in that bin? Do you have, where's that bin of putbacks? The new bin of putback? Right here? Okay, let me go through this. I remember I went through some of this last night. Yeah, let me go through. We have a wait list on that. That's Samantha Fish Live. We have a wait list on that. And okay, yeah. So let's go through this other bin of putbacks. Surfer Girl price and condition. Surfer Girl, Beach Boys. This looks like I'm going to call it a repress. Yeah, that's the repress label. It is $19.99, near mint, really nice. That's probably more of a, I don't know, late set, probably 80s pressing on that one. Whole bin of putbacks here, or at least a half bin. We might go through the other ones too. This is stuff people didn't pay for, stuff we never did hear from people, and stuff that was put back. They wanted off their invoice, etc., etc. Which, by the way, we don't like putbacks, especially if you wait until after you get your invoice. But it happens, and some of this is just people we never did get a message from. They get on and buy, and then we never did hear from them. So, all right, we have the Moody Blues, A Question of Balance, $14.99. Suspicion, Terry Stafford, is $14.99. Small Faces, 78, In the Shade, $14.99. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Brain Salad Surgery, that is a VG copy. A VG copy, $14.99. Moody Blues, A Question of Balance, is $19.99. Cockney Rebel is $24.99. That's in shrink wrap. Duke Ellington, I think this, well, I don't know what this sold for or priced for, because I think this was from that $19.99 Japanese crate. Yeah. No Obi, $19.99. Duke Ellington. That was from that $19.99 Japanese blowout crate. Brent Rabley said, just for Brent, the Beach Boys was $19.99. It is near mint. It's a yellow capital label. Michelle wants Small Faces. Michelle wants Small Faces. And Cameron's going to get the Duke. And Seth, it's not priced. It's $19.99. Suicidal Tendencies is $29.99. Clear yellow vinyl. Suicidal Tendencies, $29.99 on that. Ray Charles at Newport. Yeah, this guy here, he put back, that's the guy who said we canceled his order. This was an amazing record. $49.99, that Green Atlantic label. Has this gold stamped stereo disc. This is from 1958, and it's fantastic. $49.99. The Beatles Beat. That was a German pressing, $49.99. The Beatles Beat. Def Leppard Retroactive, $38.99. Frank Sinatra Collected from Music on Vinyl, gold vinyl, $44.99. Neil Young After the Gold Rush, a 1978 Winchester press, $34.99. That's nice. Neil Young, $34.99. Gene Autry's Country Music Hall of Fame, $9.99. Robert Plant, Shaken and Stirred, $19.99. Metallica Saint Anger Live Rarities. Wow, somebody put this back. $49.99. That's from the Metallica Vinyl Fan Club. $49.99. Motley Crue Girls, Girls, Girls. $33.99 a piece on those. I have 2 of them. Jeff McMaster takes the Robert Plant. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, $34.99. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell, $34.99. Paul Beal on the Metallica. Paul, I think you were second on that the night I showed it. That's sold to Paul Beal. Supertramp, Crime of the Century, $19.99. Animotion, Strange Behavior, $19.99. Kevin Kubina wants a Girls, Girls, Girls. That's the new sealed Motley Crue from the 40th Anniversary Edition remasters. That's sold to Kevin Kubina. Eddie Money. This is that really nice copy with shrink wrap and hype sticker. $19.99. $19.99 on Eddie Money. It's like it's new. And Manfred Mann Solar Fire, $14.99. And Eric Clapton Unplugged. This guy, he bought like 2 or 3 things really early in the show, this and a couple other things, and then he messaged us and said, I need to cancel my order. So, Eric Clapton Unplugged, and this is a MoFi one-step, $134.99. $134.99. Kenny Heathcock. Actually, right before you, Kenny, was Randy Scarborough on Eddie Money. Seth, I don't have a sticker on it. It was $19.99. Duke was $19.99 to Cameron Nance, and Michelle Pissarro got that Small Faces album. Okay, so here's one more time on this. If you want prices, let me know. These are all putbacks, non-payments, canceled orders, etc. People we never heard back from. The Moody Blues, Terry Stafford, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Another Moody Blues, Cockney Rebel, Suicidal Tendencies. Ray Charles was messing with someone. The Ray Charles is a 1958. It is $49.99. It is super clean. Of course, it is from 1958, so, you know, audiophile pressings wasn't at the top of most people's list, but for most of these, for what they mostly look like, that's a really clean copy, $49.99. Kevin Kubina wants the Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And if no one buys Ray Charles this time, I may keep it. The Beatles Beat is a German pressing. I think this is technically She Loves You, Thank You Girl. I'm not for sure what album. This is probably a German version of one of their UK or US albums. Greg Rogers wants a Girls, Girls, Girls. Motley Crue. Def Leppard Retroactive, $38.99. That may be the last one I have. I sold a ton of these. Frank Sinatra Collected, gold vinyl, $44.99. Neil Young After the Gold Rush, Gene Autry, Meatloaf, Supertramp, Animotion, Manfred Mann, and Eric Clapton Unplugged. That is a MoFi one-step, $134.99. MoFi one-step. Also, tonight I don't have my hardline connection plugged in. I'll definitely have to. If Tanner's not here tomorrow, I got to set a reminder to do that. We're using Wi-Fi tonight. We got new Wi-Fi, but I think we've had some connection problems more than usual because I don't have my Ethernet plugged in. Is the STOG a repress? That is a repress on, yeah, this is a fairly new pressing. It has a 2015 copyright, but I think it's technically newer than that. Yep. Okay, did you post Steely Dan came in earlier? The new Steely Dan, the 180 gram standard versions, yes, those were actually in last week. I've got 10 more as a restock coming in tomorrow. But if you pre-ordered one, If you pre-ordered one, you should have already got it. And if you want a waiting list, those will be in tomorrow. That picture is actually a picture I took when the original shipment came in. But I'll have 10 more copies here tomorrow. Can't buy a thrill. What suicidal tendencies? The name of this, Suicidal Tendencies, is Controlled by Hatred. Feels like SHIT, Deja Vu. Yellow vinyl, $29.99. Greg Rogers on Moody Blues. Greg, I'm assuming you want one of these copies of A Question of Balance. Cameron Nance on the wait list for Steely Dan. I will make sure you're down for one. Kevin Kubina says he'll take the Suicidal Tendencies. The Countdown to Ecstasy. Jeff, they really hadn't announced they're repressing the other Steely Dan albums on standard. I know Analog Productions is doing them, all the, the UHQRs, but they really hadn't announced, the standard versions of all the other Steely Dan albums. They have not announced that. I don't know if they're doing them. I would hope and I would think they would, but Universal, the major label for that, they really hadn't announced that yet. So I'm hoping they'll do it, but they hadn't announced that at all. So it's definitely several months out. Let's see. Wayne has offered $60 for Runt and Red Octopus. Wayne, let me find those and I'll sell them to you. I can't pull them right now because I don't know where they're at, but I will sell those to you. Chelsea, $15 from earlier crate. Let me find that. Chelsea. Yeah, does anybody want to make an offer on anything? Kind of an off night tonight, so if anybody wants to make an offer on anything, that's vintage, I'll consider it. Clay, I've got to find that. Kevin says go ahead and add him a Number of the Beast. I think I can go ahead and grab one of those. Also, when we have to go back from a previous crate, it makes it very difficult for me to find stuff, but I will try my best here. I know I can go ahead and pull a Number of the Beast for Kevin Kubina. Those are really easy to find, which are right here. That's sold to Kevin Kubina. Greg Rogers said yes, and that was for Moody Blues, Question of Balance. R.M. Lozelle wants the Def Leppard that was in here. And now we got to find Chelsea, Runt, and Red Octopus. All right, let me flip through some of these titles. Firm, Cream, Hendrix, Manfred Mann, Cat, let's see here. Flamingo Kid, there's Runt, there they are. That was easy. We're going to sell both of these to Wayne Titsworth for $60. Those are both sold to Wayne for $60. And now we got to find Chelsea Claymore, $15. I think that was in this same crate. There it is. Yep. That was from the very first crate, I think. And that's sold to Claymore for $15. Stranger Things 4. I will officially show those tomorrow night, Rich. If you want on a waiting list, let me know. We actually had some canceled. I ordered more, and we have a waiting list. I'll have plenty for everybody, but I wanted to show those all at once so the waiting list didn't get mixed up. How much was the Cat? The Cat was $49.99. Worship Me or Die. Really clean vinyl, about a VG Plus cover, has a crease right here. $49.99 on that. Death Wish, $12.99. I don't think I can do that because I think that was sealed for like $40. I'm pretty sure. I can't do that, Greg. The Death Wish was like $39.99. It was sealed. That run OG. Yes, Wayne. And R.M. Lozelle on the Firm. When you showing Audio Slave? I already have. If you want one, just let me know. And the Firm, $15. I will sell that to you for $19.99. Mean Business. I'll sell that to you for $19.99. Would you do $39.99 on Cat? Sell that to Paul Beal for $39.99. $39.99 on that. We'll see if R.M. Lozelle wants this for $19.99. I don't see how he could say no. He said sold. Craig Proper wants an audio slave. Craig, let me make sure you weren't already on a commitment list on that. I thought I read your name off something tonight. No, I didn't. So let me go ahead and pull Craig an audio slave. I got a bunch of them around here somewhere. There's that. Where's the first crate I showed, though? Right here. Yep, right here. Anybody else? Audio slave. That one didn't get a sticker on it, but they're $39.99. So is Cat the Paul Bill. That was putbacks. I've got another bin of putbacks over here. I showed Joni Mitchell, Audio Slave. The Johnny Cashes are in, Jerry Cantrell, and that's about it. Any last requests or offers? We'll be back tomorrow at normal time unless something happens. Tanner is sick. I got to message him in the morning. I got to get up in the morning as well, which is uncommon for me. So I'll be dragging as usual. I'll probably won't even sleep. Hopefully take a quick nap before the sale tomorrow night is what I usually do. But what I need to figure out is if everybody's going to be here. So, and who's going to be tagging and helping and all that. So, but yeah, we're definitely starting tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We'll make sure that's taken care of. So, Soundgarden and Audio Slave, Jay Condi. Jay, have you bought from us before? Let me know if you have. I don't recognize your name. And let's see. I don't have anything. I don't have any blowout crates ready. Jay, I think we've sold to you before, but let me know on that first crate. Let's see. Let's see here. What was I supposed to pull first timer? Okay. Let's pull this then for Jay. And you wanted the Audio Slave, right? From the putback bin and Soundgarden. So that's Audio Slave and then Soundgarden from the putback bin. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Jay, this is very important information. You need to send us an email, unless you have a Facebook page, at contact, not contact us, contact at shopcollectco.com. Screenshot, write that down right now. If you can email us tonight, there's our email address. It should be popping up any second now. There it is. Shop Colectco. Fred says that's right. Fred's a YouTube-only buyer. Contact at shopcollectco.com. Jay, I need you to send us an email tonight. We're about to end the feed. You can watch tomorrow night, Jay. We're probably going to have a show Thursday and Friday as well. You can buy all week, $7 unlimited shipping, and we will invoice you on Monday. We do invoicing once a week. So we let everything compile. We send out invoices, and then on Monday, we restart and do it again. So that's sold to Jay. And Jay, thank you. And if there's no other, Jay says I'm on Facebook too. It'd be easier just to find us on Colectco, Facebook page, email us or message us, send us a message there with the same information. That will be much easier for us and you. But that's totally up to you. But yes, sending us a Facebook message would be much better. We do most of our invoicing and billing through Facebook Messenger, except for those that don't have Facebook, and we do it through email, which technically they're sent through email anyway, but we just do all of our communication through there. It's much simpler. Okay, I'm going to end the feed on that note. We'll be back tomorrow at 7. We had a nice little 2-hour sale here. Paul Desmond, 1999, from Early in the Crate with the Jazz. Is that this Paul Desmond? Which one? I have that one. Was there another one? Hot Take 10. There's a couple in here. There's from the Hot Afternoon. There's Take 10. And that's all I see. John had 8 crates priced for tonight. I only went through 4. And we went through 2 bins of putbacks and 3. So we covered a lot in just 2 hours. So Take 10. I will split that with you at $24.99. This is an RCA. Let's take a look at it. $24.99 on that one. I think next play is, I got to get my Mitchells right. I think that's Andy Mitchell on Next Play Records. Just let me know on that, yes or no. And Fred says good night. Good night to everybody else. Yeah, we're going to have a normal week. Lots of new arrivals. I'm going Wednesday to get more records in Savannah, Tennessee. Not Savannah, Georgia. Savannah, Tennessee. I had somebody reach out. They had like 500-600 really good rock albums. I've seen Kiss. I've seen some Led Zeppelin. I've seen all the good classic rock we like. So I'll do that on Wednesday, and I'll have all that ready for Thursday and Friday. So thanks everybody for watching. Sorry we started late, but we'll be back to normal schedule tomorrow. We'll be back 7 o'clock Central Time here. We actually are going to start closing the store earlier, and at least once or twice this week, we may start at 6 o'clock. We're going to start trying to start earlier, so that way we get an extra hour in. It's already dark. There's a lot of people who's been asking me to start earlier for a long time, so we may start at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I don't know that for certain, but for anybody that's local, we're going to start closing at 5 instead of 6. It's getting dark. There's nobody in here anymore. If you do pickups, you need to start getting here as early as possible, because we're going to start locking the doors and getting ready for these shows. So Andy Mitchell said sold on this for $24.99, but if you're local, we're going to start trying to have the doors locked and everybody out by 5 o'clock so we can start doing shows at 6. So that's for just the locals. But if you're watching, if you're a regular watcher, we may be starting a little bit earlier. That's Andy Mitchell's for $24.99. Okay. 5, 4, 3,